Revealed. The basil secret doctors don't want you to discover. What if I told you that a simple plant that you probably already have in your kitchen hides a power capable of transforming your health completely? What if that same plant could replace several medications you take daily without causing side effects? What if Big Pharma were trying to hide this knowledge to continue selling their expensive products? We are not talking about a magic potion with no scientific basis, but an ancient infusion whose benefits are being proven by modern science. Basil tea. This natural beverage has the power to improve your sleep, strengthen your heart, relieve stress, and even boost your memory. All in a single cup that costs pennies a day, while medications for the same problems can cost fortunes. Do you feel constantly tired for no apparent reason? Do you have trouble sleeping at night? Do you suffer from inflammation, high blood pressure, or unstable sugar levels? What you're about to discover can mark a before and after in your well-being. Let's get started. A millenary plant that is revolutionizing modern medicine. Many know basil as that green leaf that gives flavor to pasta and pizza. Others recognize it as an essential ingredient for a good Italian pesto sauce. But what most people ignore is that behind that delicious aroma hides one of the most complete and effective natural remedies in the plant kingdom. When made into tea, its benefits go far beyond cooking. They can profoundly impact your physical and mental health. And the most surprising thing, science is confirming this every day. Universities, doctors, and researchers around the world have put basil under intense scientific scrutiny. What they found is simply fascinating and revolutionary for modern medicine. A study published in the prestigious Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine highlights its adaptogenic properties. This means that basil helps the body adapt to physical, mental, and emotional stress. When we talk about a plant capable of helping the body face physical, mental, and environmental challenges, we are not talking about a simple herb. We are referring to a true natural regulator that harmonizes the internal processes of the body. And it does so without provoking the unwanted reactions that so many conventional medicines cause. But what happens when we boil its leaves in hot water? The infusion process releases a symphony of bioactive compounds, such as essential oils, antioxidants, flavonoids, and tannins that the body absorbs with surprising ease. The effect is a powerful influence on the body's most important systems: immune, digestive, nervous, and metabolic. This drink is not content with masking the symptoms as many medications do. It goes further, acting at the root where the imbalance began. Imagine for a moment replacing your sleeping pills, stress capsules, and digestive medications with a cup of this ancient beverage each day. It sounds like fantasy, but more and more scientific studies confirm what many traditional cultures have always known. Basil is much more than an aromatic plant. It is liquid medicine within everyone's reach. 6 transformative powers hidden in a simple green leaf. When we think of medicinal plants, we usually imagine limited or specific benefits. But basil breaks with this logic by offering a full spectrum of therapeutic properties. Its bioactive compounds work in synergy, creating a protective network for the body. Modern science, after years of research, has managed to isolate and prove 6 main benefits. These benefits can completely transform your health when tea is consumed regularly. And the 6th estate is so surprising that few people, even health professionals, know about it. Let's explore each of these extraordinary powers that were hidden in plain sight. Power 1. The end of insomnia and anxiety without chemical remedies. Do you have trouble relaxing even when everything is silent around you? Do you sleep but wake up as tired as before bed? Do you feel your heart racing and your mind agitated for no apparent reason? Basil contains eugenol, a natural compound with potent calming effects on the central nervous system. Researchers from the Indian Journal of Pharmacology have shown that basil tea reduces cortisol levels. Cortisol is known as the stress hormone, and its excess is linked to numerous health problems. The most impressive thing is that basil does this naturally, without altering the hormonal balance. This is very different from chemical anxiolytics, which can cause addiction and serious side effects. Unlike sleep medications that leave you feeling hungover in the morning, basil tea provides a deeper, more restful and natural sleep. Drinking a cup before bed may be the missing ritual for your nights of sleep. And not only that, many people report greater mental clarity during the day after a few weeks of consumption. This means not only sleeping better, but also waking up with more energy and focus. Imagine facing your day without that feeling of mental fog that so harms your productivity. Ready to discover how basil can protect your brain against aging? Power 2. The natural Alzheimer's shield that was in your kitchen. One of the biggest fears after the age of 50 is losing memory and cognitive ability. And this fear is completely valid considering the alarming increase in cases of Alzheimer's and dementia. But this is where basil tea reveals one of its most extraordinary powers. It contains antioxidant compounds like rosmarinic acid and flavonoids that protect neurons. These compounds act as a shield against oxidative damage that accelerates brain aging. Scientific studies prove that they improve concentration and prevent progressive memory loss. In research conducted with older adults, a significant improvement in mental alertness was observed. And this after only 30 days of daily consumption of basil extract, without any other treatment. Modern neuroscience is discovering that certain compounds in basil activate brain pathways related to the formation of new connections between neurons. This means that tea not only protects the brain, but also stimulates its ability to regenerate. It's like giving your brain the tools it needs to renew itself daily. Many patients report improved recallability and greater ease in learning new skills. Imagine keeping your mind sharp and your memory intact even as you age. What if, in addition to the mind, that same tea also protected your heart? Power 3. How your heart will thank you for this ancestral discovery. Did you know that one of the main benefits of basil tea is its ability to lower blood pressure? And not temporarily, but gradually and sustained, without the side effects of antihypertensive drugs. Thanks to its content of magnesium, potassium, and essential oils, basil helps relax blood vessels. This improves circulation, reduces pressure on the arteries, and decreases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition showed surprising results. People with mild hypertension who consumed basil tea had a reduction in systolic pressure. This happened in just 2 weeks of regular consumption, without any other complementary treatment. The flavonoids present in basil also help reduce bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol, creating an ideal balance for cardiovascular health. Another important cardiac benefit is basil's ability to prevent blood clots from forming. It does this naturally, without the bleeding risks associated with anticoagulant medications. Imagine your heart beating strong and healthy, pumping blood with ease through clean arteries. And if your heart is stronger, your body also becomes more resistant to disease. Let's find out how basil strengthens your immune system to fight infections. Power 4. The immune system shielded against modern infections. After the age of 50, the immune system naturally becomes slower and more vulnerable. This explains why older people generally get sick more often and take longer to recover. But basil can act as a kind of personal protector of the body against external invaders. Its essential oils have scientifically proven antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. In studies conducted by the National Institute of Health, the results were impressive. Basil extracts have demonstrated the ability to stop the growth of bacteria such as Escherichia coli and Salmonella. These are bacteria commonly associated with potentially serious food and intestinal infections. The ursolic acid present in basil stimulates macrophages, defense cells that devour invading pathogens, working as a natural army against infections. And what does this mean in practice for your daily health? Drinking basil frequently can help prevent intestinal infections, flu, colds, and even urinary tract infections. And all this without the need for antibiotics or aggressive medications that unbalance the intestinal flora. Many people report fewer episodes of common illnesses after including basil tea in their daily routine. Now, get ready to learn about one of the most sought-after benefits by those who suffer from constant pain. Power 5. Goodbye. Joint pain, the secret that pharma fears. Chronic inflammation is the hidden cause of many diseases that afflict the population over 50 years of age. Arthritis, muscle pain, digestive problems, and even autoimmune diseases have inflammation as a common denominator. Basil tea acts as a potent natural anti-inflammatory, fighting pain at its source. It contains ursolic acid and eugenol, two compounds that inhibit the enzymes responsible for inflammatory processes, and it does so without damaging the stomach or kidneys, as with many conventional anti-inflammatory drugs. People who suffer from chronic joint pain report significant improvements with regular consumption. Less inflammation, greater mobility, and considerable reduction in pain after just a few weeks of use. A clinical study of rheumatoid arthritis patients showed that basil extract reduced inflammatory markers in the blood by up to 40% after 8 weeks of treatment. Imagine waking up in the morning without that painful stiffness in your joints, or being able to walk without discomfort. Imagine no longer having to depend on ibuprofen or paracetamol daily to be able to carry out your activities. Basil tea offers this possibility in a natural, sustainable way and without negative side effects. And now, get ready to know the most amazing benefit of all, which few people know about. Power 6, the natural solution to diabetes you never imagined. Do you have pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes? So pay close attention to what I'm going to reveal now. Several scientific studies have shown that basil tea reduces blood glucose levels. In addition, it improves insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to absorb glucose more efficiently. In research conducted with people diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the results were remarkable. A sustained decrease in fasting glucose was observed after just 4 weeks of regular consumption. The antioxidants present in basil protect the pancreas from oxidative stress caused by excess sugar. This helps preserve the function of pancreatic beta cells, which are responsible for producing insulin. The rosmarinic acid found in basil has been shown to inhibit the enzyme alpha-glucosidase, reducing the rate at which the body absorbs sugars and preventing glucose spikes. A daily cup of basil tea can become a silent ally to balance your metabolism. Imagine controlling your blood sugar levels in a natural way, reducing the need for medication. Imagine protecting your pancreas and avoiding the future complications associated with poorly controlled diabetes. All this with a delicious, cheap drink available to anyone anywhere in the world. The molecular miracle: how basil's antioxidants rejuvenate your cells. Cellular aging is directly linked to the damage caused by free radicals in our body. These free radicals are unstable molecules that damage our cells, proteins, and even our DNA. Basil is one of the plants with the highest concentration of potent antioxidants such as flavonoids and polyphenols. These compounds neutralize free radicals before they can cause damage, protecting our cells from premature aging. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food analyzed the antioxidant power of several culinary herbs. Basil made the top 3, beating out many fruits and vegetables known for their antioxidant benefits. The antioxidants in basil not only protect your cells, but they also stimulate the production of glutathione, which is considered the body's master antioxidant and essential for cellular detoxification. This means that basil tea acts as a protective shield for every cell in your body. And not only does it prevent damage, but it also helps repair cells that have already been damaged by oxidative stress. Researchers have observed that people who consume basil regularly show fewer signs of cellular aging. This is reflected in healthier skin, more functional organs, and better recovery after physical exercise. Imagine your cells being constantly protected and revitalized as a daily rejuvenation process. The truth revealed: basil versus conventional remedies. Conventional medicines certainly have their place in modern medicine and save lives every day. But what few doctors reveal is that many of these drugs only treat the symptoms, not the causes. In addition, almost all of them come with a long list of side effects, some potentially serious. Basil tea, on the other hand, offers a different approach to many common health problems. Comparative studies between basil extract and anxiolytics have shown amazing results. The group that consumed basil had a reduction in anxiety similar to the medicated group, but without side effects. For inflammatory pain, basil has demonstrated efficacy comparable to low doses of ibuprofen in some studies. The big difference is that while anti-inflammatory medications can cause ulcers and kidney problems with prolonged use, basil strengthens the digestive system and protects the kidneys. In the case of sleep problems, basil is not addictive like many insomnia remedies. For mild to moderate hypertension, studies show that regular consumption can reduce the need for medication. It is important to note that basil does not replace medical treatments in severe or emergency cases. But for mild to moderate chronic conditions, it can be a valuable supplement or even a natural alternative. Always consult your doctor before making any changes to prescribed treatments. The sacred ritual: how to brew basil tea for maximum potency. Now that you know the 6 surprising benefits of basil tea, you may be wondering, how should I prepare it for maximum therapeutic benefits? How much should I use? Which type of basil is best? Can I combine it with other plants to enhance its effects? Let's answer each of these questions step by step, starting with the type of basil. The secret varieties of basil that multiply its benefits. There are several varieties of basil, but for medicinal use, 2 stand out for their therapeutic properties. The first is Ocimum basilicum, the common basil that you probably already have at home or find easily. The second is Ocimum sanctum, also known as Tulsi or holy basil, considered the most potent. Holy basil has been venerated in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years for its superior medicinal effects. If you have access to holy basil, opt for it to brew your therapeutic tea. But don't worry, regular basil also offers excellent health benefits when used correctly. Some people grow both varieties at home, creating a small medicinal garden within reach. Correct preparation is essential for the active compounds to be properly released and preserved in your drink. Here is a simple but effective recipe for preparing basil tea with maximum therapeutic potential. Take between 8 and 10 fresh basil leaves, or a tablespoon if they are dry. Heat a cup of water until it is almost boiling, but not reaching the boiling point. Add the leaves, cover, and let them infuse for 8 to 10 minutes for complete extraction of the active ingredients. Finally, strain and drink slowly, paying attention to the aromas and flavors, making the moment conscious and therapeutic. Red alert: when basil tea can be your enemy. Although basil tea is potent and beneficial for most people, there are some situations in which its consumption should be avoided or limited. Safety should always come first, even when we talk about natural remedies. If you take anticoagulant medications like warfarin or aspirin, be careful with basil. It has natural anticoagulant effects that can boost your medication and increase the risk of bleeding. Always consult your doctor before incorporating basil tea into your routine if you are on anticoagulant treatment. During pregnancy and breastfeeding, it is recommended to avoid basil tea in large quantities. Its hormonal effects, while mild, may not be suitable during these special periods of female life. The bioactive substances in basil may interact with medications for depression or anxiety, potentiating their sedative effects and causing excessive sleepiness or dangerous lowering of blood pressure. If you have type 1 diabetes, be cautious with basil tea. It can affect your blood sugar levels and interfere with your insulin dosage. Carefully monitor your blood glucose if you decide to try this infusion, and always with medical advice. People with allergies to plants in the Lamiaceae family, such as mint or rosemary, may also be allergic to basil. Do a test with small amounts before regularly incorporating it into your diet. You may wonder, can I drink basil tea every day? The answer is yes, you can take it daily as long as you don't have any of the medical conditions mentioned above. In fact, many experts recommend its regular consumption to obtain cumulative and lasting benefits. However, like everything else in life, moderation is always the key to healthy and sustainable results. Drinking 1 or 2 cups a day is within the recommended range of phytotherapy specialists. Awaken your inner healing potential with the green elixir. As you can see, we're not talking about any ordinary drink or fad. Basil tea is a legacy of ancient wisdom, now backed by the most advanced modern science. And the most wonderful thing is that you don't have to make big changes in your life to start noticing differences. Simply add a cup to your day and do it intentionally, consciously, and regularly. If you are over 50, remember that your body still has incredible potential for regeneration. He can still learn, adapt, and grow stronger no matter what his current age is. Your body just needs the proper tools to activate these natural self-healing processes. And often, these tools are right in front of us, in the form of a humble plant with a fresh aroma. Don't underestimate the power of nature and its gifts that have been cultivated and perfected over millennia. Basil tea is not a miracle cure for all ailments, and we should never see it that way. But it can be that little daily boost your body needs to start balancing itself. The medicine of the future is moving towards a harmonious integration between modern scientific advances and traditional wisdom that has been tested and improved for thousands of years. We are rediscovering that many of the answers to complex health problems already existed in nature. Basil is just one example among hundreds of plants with therapeutic potential still unexplored by science. Every cup of tea you drink represents a conscious choice toward your integral well-being. It is a time to pause, to connect with nature, and to invest in your long-term health. Imagine what it would be like to wake up every day with more energy, less pain, and a clearer mind. Imagine gradually reducing your reliance on synthetic drugs that often bring more problems than solutions. Imagine reconnecting with healing traditions that our ancestors developed through generations of careful observation. All of this can start with something as simple as adding a cup of basil tea to your daily routine. The true power of transformation lies in small, consistent changes, not in large, momentary revolutions. So, I ask you, did you already know the amazing benefits of basil tea? Which of these 6 transformative powers most caught your attention and connected with your current needs? Are you willing to try this green elixir for at least 30 days to witness its transformations? The journey to vibrant health begins with a single choice, a single cup, a single moment of decision. And that moment may be right now, while this information is still fresh in your mind. Allow the ancient wisdom of basil to light your path to a healthier, more balanced, and fulfilling life. Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you for this simple but powerful choice you made today.